Hi kids, I'm dressed in bright colours today because we're going on a special trip. We're going to visit the fairies. And now the fairies live in a tiny dimension that we can't see because we're so big. And the best way that I thought to get there would be, if you could see behind me, I've had to borrow the police box, the TARDIS from Doctor Who. So I thought that was the best way for to get into the tiny dimension. So if you come with me, we'll take a little trip now and we'll go and we'll visit some fairies. Wow, look at this. So this is where the fairies live. Tiny little houses. Oh, they are brilliantly decorated. I could stay here all day, but I think it's probably time to go back and see if we can make some of these fairy houses. Wow, wasn't that fun? Well, would you like to come and learn how to make some of those fairy props in their tiny houses? Come with me and we'll learn that now. Thank you for joining me back again. So I'm going to show you how to make a few fairy houses, and it's very warm today, so I'm going to take off the coat since we've already visited Fairyland. So some of the houses you saw, probably one had like a castle roof and the other one had a round roof like a mushroom top. So I'm going to show you how to make those. So first of all, first thing that you're going to need are some of these to make the main part of the fairy house. So if you want to do the castle top, what you need to do is cut out some sections all the way around, okay, like this. So you just cut straight down the line there and there, and then you just bend that inwards, and that's the first section of the castle. So you just do that the rest of the way around, and that will give you the castle top like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. So you can do them thicker, so you'll have less, or thinner, so you'll have more. Depends. You just use your imagination and do as many as you want. The other type now was the one with the little roof. So that's very simple to make. Okay, you just need either paper or card. You can use coloured paper, coloured something from a magazine, and you just need a circle. Okay, so big circle. You can maybe draw a circle first and cut around it, or you can just take a stab at it and cut the circle, and then it would be time to decorate it. So if you wanted to do like a mushroom top, you would use some crayons or markers or colour pencils and draw some circles, and the circles would be white. Okay, so just in a random pattern, just do this very roughly for you. So the circles would be white, and you would colour in around the circles, or you could colour in the circles and leave the rest of it white, just depending. So when you've got the design figured out, all you have to do is cut up into the center, and then to make a cone shape, we bend that around like that. Okay, and then it's time for some glue. Okay, so we'll dab some glue on this part and hold it there. Now it's going to spring apart on this. You sit here all day and hold it. Kidding, there's an easy way to do that. You can get someone to hold it for you, and it's a clothes peg from the washing line, and just get a peg, and that will hold the lid in place for you until the glue dries. So you can set that aside and let that dry. Okay, and so what else you will need is a base. So maybe a flat piece of cardboard that you can decorate. You can maybe use a few pages from a colouring in book that you've coloured in that's nice and bright and colourful, and use those as your base. And then for the square houses, there's tiny box I've just used here. Now this is a box that you might have in your cupboard. Parents might have empty box for different things that they may use. When they're done with that, I've simply glued a piece of white paper over the box to give me a nice white background, and then you will take your coloured pencils, marker, crayons, and you'll just draw in your doors and windows for your house. Okay, so I'm just doing this very roughly. If you take your time, do it nice and neat, and choose the colours that you want to use, then it'll look better. So this is a project that you will take your time on to build up a village. Could take a few days by the time you let the glue dry and choose your colours and make different things. So here's just a rough version, and you could then colour in around the door and windows with whatever you're using. Okay, what else now do we have? So when it came to the fairies, I can't draw very well, so I cheated and I printed some fairies off using Google search and a printer. But most likely you'll have some fairies in. You could use stickers if you have them. You could use fairies from a colouring book. You could draw your own fairies. So there's lots of tutorials there if you needed that. Okay, and what else then? Okay, so this is what I've used here, and fairies tend to like things nice and glittery. I was lucky enough to have some glitter glue, which I used for the roof of this house, and some glitter glue to make the walls nice and shiny. You can see there the fairy's very happy with her house. And just some leaves from the garden we borrowed, and this is a box that's been made into a fairy house, and some extra flowers from the garden. Okay, so it's up to you. Just use your imagination, get creative with it, make it in your own style with your own colours. Just have a look around for empty things that aren't being used and are about to head for the bin, and save them and turn them into tiny fairy village. Okay, if you do that, we'd really love to see photographs of those. If you get parents to post those up online, we'd love to see your fairy houses when you've made them. Okay, so I look forward to that. Thanks very much for watching today, and we'll see you soon.